All right, Coach, it's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports, and we are at Wintry First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. Straight ahead, we pull the curtain on the postseason with an AFC wildcard matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. What twists and turns will January have in store for us? The NFL playoffs are officially underway.
Keep playing hard. Good. 180. Mike 50, Mike 50. Up, left.
First carry for Nick Chubb, and not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Hey, Orbit.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line.
Doug, 180. 51. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to turn.
First carry for James Conner, and he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Watch the run, watch the run. Hey, wahoo!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Here's Trubisky to throw. This is caught by Williams. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13.
13 yards. 1st down, Pittsburgh.
Come on, 180. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Now Trubisky on 1st down. And this one's incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, and it's second down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Second and 10. It's Trubisky again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a third and 10. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off, and they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
They come up to the line now facing a third and 10 after the incompletion. On third down, it's Nick Chubb. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up fourth down. The kick by Joseph is good, and the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away. But they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
So the big play gets them across midfield now for first and 10. Now they try the right side here. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards, better than 20 here.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there.
Second and 11 at the 20-yard line.
180.
44. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 44 is Mike. Check, check. I'm going to run.
They'll run with the NC State man. It's Jalen Samuels. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Taking it in from the 20. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Boswell good with the extra point. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game.
Check 13. Check 13. King.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. He'll have a first down past the 40. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him
and he's in. Touchdown, Browns. A 3-yard touchdown run. And once again, the Browns are back in front.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Check it back.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Play action. It's Trubisky rolling to his right. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb Not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Hey! He's crashing. He's checking.
Now Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go deep right side. And this will be caught at the 30. It's a big play there for the Browns. 43 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the Steelers' 25-yard line.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. Jam it. Pistol.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
I'm coming after you.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Strip that ball. Real. Deuce. Check 24. Check your hot read. Watch the end. Shoot.
A toss play to Chubb. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a 3rd down and about 9 to go.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Exit. Right there.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they'll throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Trubisky from his end zone on 3rd and long. He's going to launch it for Washington. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
For Nick Chubb. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Lock in, lock in.
On 2nd down, Samuels. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Here we go.
Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
1st down.
Check. Alert.
2 minutes to play here in this 1st half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
To try again after the sack, Trubisky. It's Williams on the catch. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 43.
Alert. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
On 1st down, it's Samuels. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Trubisky. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Let's get off the field, D. Ball. Hey, I7.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick. Just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck. And unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. From the 31, Mayfield. It's caught. Beckham. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. The kick by Joseph is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So we're at halftime in this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game.
We play to win. Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. That backs them up 1 yard and brings up third down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. The 20. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 42 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point put through by Boswell, and that will get him one closer. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. Fielded about a yard deep. And they'll have excellent field position to begin this drive as he's all the way up to midfield at the 50.
That return gets all the way to midfield, so we know the field position is absolutely flipped at this point. If I'm the defensive coordinator, I might think about blitzing right now to try and take field position back.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now Chubb. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. From the 44, Mayfield. He finds his target, Beckham. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And an alley to run. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll try to run with Hunt. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Baker Mayfield, a 4-yard touchdown scamper. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And maybe that was just a case of completely overlooking the guy holding the football.
It certainly felt like it, didn't it? Because on my checklist, okay, as a defender,
QB's last.
Running back, fullback, heck, jet sweeps nowadays. Before you even get to thinking about the quarterback might actually keep it.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 35-yard line.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Trubisky. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
It's 3rd down and 3.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Trubisky. Sliding out of the pocket. But it's brought in by Washington. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give them a lot of confidence to help turn things around. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
They go play action. Trubisky. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They go play action here on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin Bush, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Mayfield. And the pressure gets to him again. Stephon Tuitt in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. One quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you've got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
Lock in, lock in. Hey, D-Lock, let's get in there. Let's get in there. Smooth. Check line 33. Check line 33. Yeah.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. He's going to loft one deep left, and this will be caught at the 30. And all the way down to the 29. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 43 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Throwing here, Trubisky. Setting up the screen, this is Samuels. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
He'll run it, and he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaching, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
Hey, team six, team six.
On third down, Trubisky. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had it. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Myles Garrett, and this Browns defense stands tall. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 15. They begin this drive with Chubb. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And again, it's Chubb. He's got a first down past the 30. And finally, down at the 41-yard line. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They're going with Beckham on the end around. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Check 99. No.
Following the penalty, Chubb. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. A give running right is Chubb. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
61, matchbox lights.
Throwing, Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
They'll buy some time right. Got an open man. It's Washington. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a first down. Here's Samuels. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Play action. Now Trubisky. Eluding the pressure right. He gets this one to Johnson. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. Their coaching staff, they were pretty adamant beginning of the year. Our goal is to get to the Super Bowl. Well, they made it to the playoffs. That's part 1, but they fall a little bit short.
And to me, once again, it exemplifies just how difficult it is to not just make the playoffs, but to win games in the playoffs. So you can set your goals high, but if anything is off during that time, you have some key injuries or you just don't play well, you get a bad matchup where that team just has better strength than you in certain areas, this is how it ends. So I don't think it's a total loss of a season, but obviously didn't get where they wanted to go.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @